I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Pistoling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your man's Uncle Freezy, the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. And welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? What's good? What's good, party people? It's good to see y'all again. What's good? We get ready to rock, y'all. We get ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to rock. Blue tears. Orange tears. Blorange tears. Let's go. Let's go. I see y'all. I see y'all. What's good? Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Hey, JJ, that's funny. Looking rip. No, not exactly. More like melted ice cream. Yeah. Yeah, I've come a long way, but no, not that. Yeah, I've come a long way, but not that. Yeah. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good, party people? Let me start off with a quote from the great American poet, Grand Poobah. Right? I'm gonna read it this time because I'll be saying it, y'all be messing it up. Here's a quote by the great American poet, Grand Poobah. Now, a lot of people think this is easy as it look. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks, session to session to get thoughts manifested, stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. Bim! There we go. Let's go. I got one more. I don't need no paper for this one. I got one more. I don't need no paper for this one, right? How about a quote from the great American poet, Melly Mel? Melly Mel says, a child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God's smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through, Leon Rose. Let's go. Let's go. I see y'all. Salute to the chat. I see y'all. Tricky Nikki, Pudge Nice in the building. Kareem Grant, Bricks Nation. What's good with y'all? Harlem Girl. JJ, what's good? Almighty Finesse, what's good? I see y'all. Let's start off with a tip-off. Let's see, tip-off. starts with the T. Is that T capitalized? Big Shicey's in the building. Hey, y'all, listen. Last night, a dude said something to me, and it was so offensive, it made me think, is it worth it? Last night, somebody said something so ridiculous, and I told him I was going to tell the chat. I was like, yo, I'm going to tell the chat what you said. He's like, I don't care. I'm like, bro, this is so ridiculous. He's like, so what? He's like, you need a point guard, don't you? I was like, yeah. He said the Knicks should trade for Kyrie Irving. He said the Knicks should trade for Kyrie, and I laughed. The Knicks should trade for Kyrie. It's still funny in my mind. Yeah, I know. I know it was just, I know. The Knicks should trade for Kyrie, right? But here's where that idea is whack. All the problems that the Brooklyn Nets had with Kyrie are the same problems that we would have with Kyrie. JJ, is he a free agent? Is he a free agent? However it goes, man, the thing with Kyrie, man, is too much for me. I just think it's too much. The Kyrie is I understand every man is, marches by, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But in the short term, that wouldn't be a bad idea if he wasn't a basket case. Hey, Miss Mocha, hold on for a second. All right, we just sharing a quick laugh, y'all. Just whatever. Ain't nothing important. Kyrie's a free agent. Kyrie Irving is a free agent. Hey, Miss Geraldine, I'm with you. Don't, y'all, please don't get me started on this. How much I dislike Kyrie Irving thing. Hey, Mo brought some popcorn, right? So it's popcorn with a little bit of margarine or vegetable oil, one of those, right? Whichever one does not have animal byproduct in it, right? And then it looks like paprika and what else? Something. It's something healthy. Something healthy. Boulevard 73 is in the building. What's good? I don't know. I'm not going there on, yeah. Let me throw my link in the chat for the mods. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat for the mods. And that is the link to the video chat for those well-behaved individuals that want to have some Knicks talk. Let's go. Right? White Falcon says, blue tears, orange tears, Blorange tears. Let's go. And for those that are looking to go to the Atlantic City experience with nothing but Knicks, make sure you do so soon. I think space availability is running out, and I think the last day you can do it is the 20th. I'm gonna head up to Simeon Russell and get his commercial so I can run it over here, so that people, those that want to go, can do that. I think I'm positive that I'm going. For those that have never seen me in person, you will not be impressed. For those that have not seen me in person, you will not be impressed. Trust me. I mean, you have never seen a human being my size be as goofy as I am when I'm having fun with other people. You know what I'm saying? Sherwin M is in the building. Where you been, Sherwin M? You late. Benny, I know. Benny, I know this. Benny talking about I should be talking about Tibbs rotations. I'm getting there. Calm down, Benny. Okay, I'm gonna talk about OB2. Okay, calm down. Benny coming here talking about, man, hurry up and talk about Tom Thibodeau rotations. Yeah, man. Ben, okay. I'm the star here, okay? Not you. Benny is over here trying to hog the camera. Wayne Peterson is like, Benny wants to go to Atlantic City also. Yes. Trust me, he is a ham. He is a ham. We have pictures of him, and he's the only dog that I've ever seen that poses for the camera. Sherwin M, I saw that. Yeah, Joe Girardi got fired. Man, that Philly team is not bad as they've been playing. But let me get to this Boston thing. Right? Hey, I should show Benny, right? Y'all want to see Benny? Y'all want to see Benny? I think I have a picture of Benny. I think I have a before and after. Let me show you. Let me show y'all the before picture of Benny, and then I'll put him on camera. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. So I have a before picture. So I'm gonna show. This is Benny is 12 weeks. So this picture is 6 weeks ago. Oh, look at Benny. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna pick up his raggedy rump and bring him over here. Hold on. Here he is, everybody. This is Benny, and he nervous. Benny, why you nervous? Look at the camera. Benny, why you nervous? Look at the camera, Benny. This is Benny. Y'all see how big he's gotten? This is Benny. This is our draft pick, and he don't love me. He love his mama. His mama is right off the camera. Let me give him back before you scratch me to death. Hold on. I gotta go wash my hand because yeah, but whatever. Hand sanitizer on the table. I still need to wash my hands though. Y'all know how. Y'all love Benny, man. Benny, that's my dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna watch him later. He's filthy. And then his older brother Gaston is a ham also. Trust me. All Gaston wants is hugs and treats. That's it. Hugs and treats. He don't want nothing else. He don't want no doggy toys. None of that. Eric Suriel says, can Benny finish right, unlike RJ and Randall? Yes. And his shot base is a left to right, 1-2 high release jump shot. And so I know it sounds like I'm going to get technical with these prospects, and trust me, I'm doing real prospect breakdown starting next week. And I'm not being easy on people that I like. Right? I'm looking at handle. I'm looking at court presence and awareness. I'm looking at size, right, for the position, and then size overall. I'm looking at foot speed, quickness, agility, dexterity, strength, all these different type of things. Shot making, are you clutch or no? Right? I'm looking at all these different things, right? So for all these darling prospects that people are falling in love with, I'm not in love with a lot of these guys, right? I think there are probably seven prospects in this draft that I think the Knicks can live with, right? And I think there are 3 that the Knicks can't live without. There are 3 prospects in this draft that the Knicks can't live without, right? And number one on the list is Benedict Mathurin. Number 2 is the Jabari Smith kid, right? And number 3 is Jaden Ivey. Everybody else is, the other 4 or 5 guys are, the Knicks can live with them, right? The Jeremy Sohan, the Knicks can live with him, right? Kendall Brown, the Knicks can live with him, right? Who else? Chet, the Knicks can live with him, right? But in terms of who the Knicks can't live without, tune in next week, man. I'm doing a breakdown, everything from shot base to strength, agility, dexterity, awareness, clutch gene, all those things. T. Williams, right. The Knicks can't leave this draft without 1 or 2 of these players, right? Jaden Ivey, the Knicks have to have him. Have to have him. Or Benedict Mathurin. Or Jabari. Anybody else, Anybody else? Anybody else? We're fooling ourselves. And if we had a website, I would already have this. I joke. I joke with Chuck. I joke with Chuck Allen a lot, but I joke with Chuck about if we had a website for vibes and stuff, blah, 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 blah. But if we had a website, and I'm working on it, man, I'm working on it. We're working on a lot of stuff. I'm working on the Blorange Tears website. And listen, once we get the website up and running, I'm going to put out a casting call for those writers out there that like to write short, accurate articles. And I'm giving you all the credit, right? Say, for instance, if T. Williams likes to write short, accurate, resourceful articles, I'm putting it on the website, right? And we're going to leave it there for people to read. And we'll give T. Williams all the credit in the world. You know what I'm saying? Give him all the credit. Right? So hopefully we'll have that done by the weekend or maybe going into next week. Right? But since we're here, let's start talking about these prospects, y'all. Let's start talking about them. I don't want to get in depth because I'd rather do a prospect breakdown. I'd rather show you a video and then we talk about it. You know what I mean? But since we're here, the prospect, the prospect thing is here. I mean, since the conversation is here, let's talk about it. Tricky Nicky, I like Keegan Murray, right? I just think the Knicks can live without Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is a very good player. And I think he's going to wind up somewhere like San Antonio and be a very good NBA player. Right? Very good NBA player for a long time. Right? I just think we already have our small forward and point and power forward of the future. Just think we have our power forward and point guard of the future, right? So let me pull something up right quick. Let me pull up one of the resources that I use for ranking only. I don't use them for anything else. For draft order and all that stuff only. I don't use them for nothing else. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Bodega, I think I put the link in the chat already. Let me see. But there we go. We'll put it in there again. Yeah, we'll put it in there one more time. Stop rushing me, Benny. All right, can y'all see that okay? Can y'all, everybody, can y'all see that okay? Y'all can see that okay, right? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why I think you can't predict. Yo, Anthony Alvarado, what's good? What's good, boss? So here's the thing with the mock drafts. You have no idea. You have no idea what a team is thinking. Right? Like for instance, at five, you see, Tankathon has the Pistons All right, hold on for just a second. I'll zoom in a little bit, but if I zoom in too much, the image gets distorted, and I don't want to distort the image. Hold on for a second. Y'all see that? Y'all see that better? Is that better? Is that better or worse? Yeah, yo, what you doing? Zoom in. Yeah, man, my bad. I forgot y'all need glasses, bro. My bad. My bad. My bad. Oh man. Hey, so here's the thing. See, I was talking about Detroit, and Detroit didn't even. Let me. So, for instance, Tankathon has Detroit taking Shadon Sharp at 5, and I don't think that's accurate. Right? My personal belief is at 5, Detroit won't go with another raw rookie. That Detroit will probably go with a polished player here. Whether that player is Keegan Murray or Johnny Davis. Right? And I also don't think that OKC goes Chet at 2. Right? I don't think that Chet goes to OKC. Excuse me. I think Chet goes number 1 to Orlando. Right? Now, what does that mean for Mo Bamba? It means Mo Bamba's packing his bags. Right? I don't think Orlando is going to draft another power forward when they have, and I know Franz Wagner is not a power forward. I know that. But when they have Franz Wagner that can play the 4, when they have Wendell Carter who can play the 4, and what's the Isaac kid, Jonathan Isaac, that can play the 4. Right? Hard Will in the building. Hey, congratulations to Hard Will's people for making the USA Select team. Anthony Alvarado, you're right. And Okiki. So I don't think they go power forward there. I think they go center. Because center is the most glaring position of upgrade for them. And why not draft a cat like Chet who can do it all at center? Right? Shout out to Hard Will people, Stephon Castle for making the USA Select team. I think it's U19. Is it U19? I think it's U19. Right? Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for Hard Will people, y'all. Benny, I'm gonna put you outside, man. Oh, 18. Okay, I'm sorry. You 18. You 18. You 18. Right? But listen, Tankathon, based on what the Knicks are looking for, based on what the Knicks are looking for, right? Just stay with me. I don't think Orlando takes Jabari. I think Orlando takes Chet, right? Then there's OKC. I don't think OKC takes Jabari. I think OKC takes Paolo, right? I think OKC takes Paolo because they need beef on the inside. Derek Favors ain't cutting it. Right? And here's the thing. So what does Houston do? Does Houston go get a big? Or I'm sorry, not a big, but does Houston take a power forward that could defend on the perimeter and shoot the three? And Jabari Smith? Or do they take Jaden Ivey and have their backcourt of the future? Does Houston take Jaden Ivey and pair him with Jalen Green? This is interesting. This is interesting. Does Houston take Jaden Ivey to pair him with Jalen Green? This is interesting. And then if that happens, what does Sacramento do at 4 when they already have a power forward that they traded for? Do they go Jabari? Hey, Hardwell, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Like the question about Jaden Ivey is he a 1 or a 2? Right? Right? My question to that was Jaden Ivey a college 2, potentially an NBA 1? I saw Jaden Ivey get better and better as the season went along. Facilitating. Right? And also remember that Houston has a problem. No pun intended. They have Christian Wood and they have John Wall. What do you do with those guys? Right? What do you do with those guys? I think the kid Jaden Ivey got better and better at playmaking as the season went along. You really can't consider him a point guard yet, but the skills are definitely there. Right? I'm not saying Jaden Ivey is a point guard. That's not what I'm saying. But he's also young. Shout out to Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie says, that sounds like something I said 2 weeks ago, Jaden going to Houston. Hey man, if you did Jay Boogie, if you did, man, shout out to Jay Boogie. Right? So with that said, now you have the question of the players underneath the next 5. Does Shaedon Sharpe go to the Detroit Pistons? Right? Of the next 4 teams, Detroit, Indiana, Portland, New Orleans, only Indiana is looking to rebuild. The other 3 teams are all looking to get in the playoffs. They want to get in the playoffs. So are they willing to take a flyer on a Shaedon Sharpe? I don't think so. I think Detroit shakes up the draft and takes Johnny Davis, right? They can't take Keegan Murray because the kid that they already have from Villanova is a good player. Saddiq Bey is a good young player. So why take Keegan Murray at 5 when you already have Saddiq Bey, right? I think the answer for them is to shore up playmaking next to Cade Cunningham, right? Because right now they have Cade, they have Saddiq Bey, and they have Isaiah Stewart, right? And my thinking is that the best thing for them to do at this point is to take Johnny Davis, right? Then you have Keegan Murray, right? Does Indiana take a shot here, or do they go the best available player? Keith Turner, tell me what you think. Y'all tell me what you think. Yeah, hey, Grant is gone, and I think Grant is going to Portland. Chris Curry, what's good? Let me see if I can find something for us to use as opposed to me just talking over this. Hold on. Internet is slow. All right. Internet is slow. Okay. All right. All right. I got something for y'all. We did this last year. I'm gonna switch up real quick. Just bear with me as I work through it, okay? Can y'all see this? I'm gonna blow it up, okay? I'm gonna blow it up a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, y'all can see this, right? All right, so this is fanspo.com, right? And the Detroit Pistons are on the clock, right? So we're going to give the Detroit Pistons. The Orlando Magic are on the clock. We're going to give the Orlando Magic Chet Holmgren. All right. So, with that said, the OKC Thunder are on the clock. Yo, what's good? Yeah, Evergreen, where you been? I've been talking about it the whole time. Tell Sim to send me the commercial. I need to tell Sim to send me the commercial, man. So the OKC Thunder are on the clock, right? They pick 2 and 12, right? And I'm thinking the OKC Thunder are going to draft Paolo Banchero. Them. Right? Let's do it. Can y'all can see this, right? Okay. Right now, the Houston Rockets are on the clock. Their backcourt consists of, so they have Dennis Schroeder's cap hold. They have Jalen Green. They have Eric Gordon. They have John Wall. Kevin Porter Jr. They have Josh Christopher. They have Deshaun Nix, right? So should they take a guard here? After seeing their roster, I'm thinking, all right, so you see their team needs, right? Their team needs are small, small forward, basically. Small forward, basically, right? They're not gonna take AJ Griffin that high. I think they're gonna take Jabari Smith. Here, I know I talked about Jaden Ivey, and here Jaden Ivey is listed. Whoa! Wait a minute. Team needs point guard. Severe. They have a severe need at point guard, right? Let's do it. Let's give them Jaden Ivey, point guard, Purdue. Y'all see it on the screen, right? Y'all see it on the screen, right? Jaden Ivey, point guard, Purdue. Right? Let's do it. Next on the clock are the Sacramento Kings. You never know what they're going to do. But for safety's sake, okay, so this thing says they have a severe need at power forward, even though they traded for a power forward. I'm unclear about what they need. They have a mild need at center since they have De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Sabonis, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Lamb, Dante DiVincenzo, Rashawn Holmes, Josh Jackson, Justin Holiday, Davion Mitchell, Mo Harkless, Terrence Davis, Alex Lynn, Trey Lyles, Chimmy Metu, Corey Brewer, cap hold for him. I think the best bet for Sacramento is to go Shaedon Sharpe. Should they go Shaedon Sharpe? Yeah, what's up?
What's happening, boss?
Hey, man,
I'm here working from home today. I said, let me take a little quick break and jump on with Uncle Freezy. I like what you're doing here. I didn't want to mess up your flow, bro.
Siesta.
But I also wanted to
Did you say hello to the chat?
You see, I was just going there right now.
Okay.
I was just going to take this time, most importantly, to say salute and what's up to everybody in the chat. And also, I wanted to give a big shout out and a thank you to my man, Uncle Freezy at the Blorange Tears Network. Because I know if you guys follow us, you already know we hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers this week. And I can honestly say that is due in part to a lot of effort and help with sending links out and stuff and putting stuff in the community tab about our show. Thank you to Uncle Freezy, brother. I appreciate you. You did a lot to get us here. So yeah, we're gonna keep going, man. And you guys are gonna hear me talking about this for the next couple days, man. We're gonna give shout outs and blessings to everybody who blessed us. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
So
I ain't do nothing. Y'all do.
Yeah, man.
I ain't do nothing.
You know what you did more than a lot of people have ever done for me personally, especially with regards to this channel. So thank you for everything you've done, brother. I appreciate it.
Man, I ain't did nothing, man. Y'all was dope. Y'all was gonna get there with or without me. But for the Sacramento Kings, see how I'm trying to take Sacramento Kings. I'm gonna give Sacramento Johnny Davis.
Ooh.
Johnny Davis at wherever they're picking 4.
4, huh?
4, yeah. The Detroit Pistons are on the clock and they're running to the commissioner to take Jabari Smith. That's Jabari Smith. We don't even have to get there. Go down there, and we'll recap this in a few minutes.
Freezy shaking it up over here, guys.
Jay Boogie, what's good?
What up, hey Boogie?
What's going on with you still Knicks fans? We forever with that. We forever with that.
Yeah, man.
What's up? Yeah, I see Freezy he breaking down a mock. He doing what he doing.
Yeah, man. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm waiting on these people to I'm getting alignment and some ball joints and everything done to my charger right now. So trying to get that out the way, and I'm waiting on that to get done. So what better happened, what I'm saying, for me right now? Freezy comes back on live.
Doing a mock draft with a draft table so that you can see it live, right? The Indiana Pacers are on the clock, right? And they have their choice of Sharp, Murray, Griffin, Mathurin, Duran, Daniels, right? I don't know if they gamble on Griffin or Sharp. I think they take Keegan Murray because he is the Danny Granger prototype, kind of, right? The 6'8" efficient scorer with size, totally focused. I'm giving it to him. I'm not for sure exactly how these things are gonna go, but it just seems like it makes the most sense to me, right? And if you could see the screen here, the Portland Trailblazers are on the clock, right? They have a severe need for power forward and a high need for center, right? They have a low need at point guard, right? Because they have Bledsoe, Simons, Lillard. They have a lot of guys here. They have a lot of guys here, man. Portland has a lot of guards. I don't think they need a Shadon Sharp here because they have an Anthony Simons that plays the same position. I don't know if they need a small forward. I don't know who their small forward is, but I don't know if they need one.
It's what the hell? Trendon Watner, whatever his name is, Judge Watner.
Judge Watner.
Yeah, Trendon Watford.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He lost some weight too. He lost some weight. Is he going to be their small forward of the future? I think C.J. Ellerby is going to be that guy. C.J. Ellerby is a guy that came out against us with all the energy. I'm like, damn, does he have Red Bull in his Gatorade bottle? You remember him? All the loose balls, all the yeah.
That's a perfect fit for us to just slide in right there and just give him 7 for 11, and we'll help you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We give you maybe 1 or 2 second-round picks and let us get that, because they really need a big over there.
Yeah.
You know, a big help them out. But it doesn't sound like we're gonna be able to trade Julius. That won't be enough for Julius, just 7th pick and just whatever they got. But I think they big man, they center, I think he's a free agent or something like that. That sounds like the perfect move for us to be on the phone hollering at them about that 7th pick.
Right. I think we should holler at them. Right. I think we should holler at them. I think I would keep 11 and offer them Cam, Grimes, not the Detroit, but the Dallas Mavericks 2023 first round pick to see if we can get to 7. And if we can't, then they can take whoever they want. I don't care. Because I like our young guys. But I at least had to make an offer again. Right?
That sounds even better what I was talking about.
But for this exercise, I was looking to see if there is a way we can trade the pick to New York, but I can't. Not on this one. Maybe there's a setting I missed. But for this exercise, man, they need a big. And I think the perfect fit for them, based on ranking, is the Memphis Tigers center 6'10", Jalen Duren. And I know that sounds like a reach at 7, but a need for center is a need for center. So we'll give them Jalen Duren, the 6'10", 250-pound center out of Memphis. Next on the clock are the Pelicans. I already know what they need off rip. The Pelicans need 3-point shooting, right? So do they go with Benedict Mathurin here, or do they go with AJ Griffin here? They already have CJ McCollum, and this roster, y'all, is impressive. They have CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, Zion Williamson, Devontae Graham, Larry Nance, Jackson Hayes, Kira Lewis, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Najee Marshall, the kid from the Bronx. What's the kid from the Bronx's name? Jose Alvarado. Right? They need 3-point shooting. Their severe need is at center and point guard. Based on this. And I'm going to let them have their Kobe pick. We'll go with Shadon Sharp, the mystery man out of Kentucky. The San Antonio Spurs are on the clock. Ron, who do you think the Spurs take right here?
I think he's already wearing the colors. No, I'm just joking. No, he ain't taking him. I actually think that this is tough.
This is tough because the Spurs have a lot of needs, bro.
I don't know. Like Dyson doesn't work for them. I mean, they could always use him, but they got that type of player over there. Wow. Who could really rock over there? Well, you know what? He's on the board, but man,
is it too early? Is it too early for Mark Williams?
No, not when it comes to Popovich and the Spurs. Josh Primo.
Yeah.
So they'll take whoever fits their system, whoever they want. And I honestly, Like these are the better talent as far as players listed, but I don't think when you look at the needs that they got, and I also don't agree with shooting guard being a severe need for them.
Really? You believe in Primo?
I don't think we know what Primo is. Primo didn't really get a great shot. He played sparingly, but they got guys they rocking with over there. So Primo didn't really get his shot yet. I don't know what Primo is yet.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess
they still have Lonnie Walker.
They still got Lonnie Walker,
and they still have Devin Vassell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you might say it's a need, but is it a severe need? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I look at this team and I say they probably want, if it's Popovich's style, I think this might be a little controversial, but Jeremy Sochan would be an interesting fit over there.
Wow. So, Jay Buggy, what do you think?
Actually, be honest with you, I believe Dyson goes to New Orleans. That gives them a big point guard to go with a small shooting guard in New Orleans. But I'm on record and I already said that Taco Bell is not going past Popovich. I think he just really fits Greg Popovich. You know what I'm saying? A young Kawhi Leonard all over it. All over again. I look for Davis to go to San Antonio.
Davis. Mm-hmm. So Davis is off the board right now in this mock. Are you talking about Sochan?
Johnny Davis is gone?
Yeah.
Where you went?
Detroit at 5.
Where did Sharp go?
Sharp just went. He was the last pick. He went to the Pelicans.
Then I'm gonna give him a big.
You want to give them a big? That's why I asked about Mark Williams. Is it too early? Is it too early to go Mark Williams here? I don't think so.
Not at 9.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, with the 9th pick, the Spurs take. Yep. Let's do it. Mark Williams to the Spurs. All right. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards are on the clock. And I know what they want to do right here. Their MO, the Washington Wizards, they don't gamble at the draft. Right? They don't gamble. They'll take a Corey Kispert. Right? They'll take a Rui Hachimura. Right? They'll take that. I think they may have on Denny. Right? I'm here to tell you, I think they are looking for their point guard of the future. Right? And based on what the website says, they have a severe need at point guard and center, and both young centers are gone. I'm thinking they're going to take Tata Washington. I want to give them Tata, right? And here's the thing. Before I get to the Knicks pick, right? I am in the belief that Tata Washington is going to prove a lot of people wrong. He played his entire freshman year on a bump ankle and rolled the other. So he was out there grinning. What he should have did is sat, right, got healthy, and then came back. But what he did was he played through it, and he looked slow and hobbled and not agile. He looked like a bad defender. He looked like somebody without speed. But the thing is, when he played against big teams, he murdered the big teams. even through injury, right? So even through injury, he gritted it up enough in order to have excellent performances, right? Now, what does Ty Washington look like when he's healthy, right? So if Ty Washington was healthy, would he be a top 10 pick? I say yes, right? Now, it also could be a thing about his decision making and his ability to stay healthy, right? Because a smart player would have not played through injury and not hurt his team by playing hurt. You know what I'm saying? Giving somebody else the best chance to play. So that was a poor decision, right? And also, Ty Washington has had 2 injuries in 1 season. Is he injury prone? Can he handle the rigors on the biggest stage? That's something to be concerned about, right? But right now, ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks are on the clock. So Ron, what are you thinking? What are you thinking here?
I
You
mean,
see
first
the
off,
list.
I think
Some AJ Griffin, some
I
Benedict
think this
Mathurin.
draft is wild. I like it. It is wild.
Right.
I see. Ah, man. The see, this is the question. This is funny that it played out this way, because this is the question that was posed to me recently. What happens? This ain't. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but what happens if Benedict Mathurin and Dyson Daniels are both there for the Knicks? Oh, bro, man. I mean, you know how much I love Mathurin.
Right.
But the Knicks could use a Dyson Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know what? But I'm even as much as I want to say the Knicks should take a Dyson Daniels in this new NBA. I mean, true point guards I'm starting to realize they're a dime a dozen and they're getting phased out. So as long as you got smart IQ players that can handle the ball and guys who are willing to pass, you may not need a true point guard. So if that's the case, I'm going with the best possible option who could turn into a bucket getter for us, and I'm going with Mathurin.
Wow. Jay Boogie, what do you think? What's the biggest need for the Knicks? What do you think is the biggest need?
I had to pull over for a second. I'm not even gonna play no games or joke around with it. You know what I'm saying? We the Mecca because of guard play, and too many years we have not had a chance to go get a guard. This dude is what, 6'8"? He got handles and he can shoot the rock and he can play defense. I'm just thinking about the length that him and RJ will have in the backcourt in the future. You know what I'm saying? How their arms will reach across that whole, you know what I'm saying, court from side to side. You know, that's the only spot that's one of the major spots that we don't have solidified. I'd rather for Dyson to go in there to fight with, you know, the starting point guard role with quickly than for me to go ahead and get Ben, and then he got to fight with RJ, Cam, Grimes, you know, Burks, Evan Fournier, all these people he got to fight with. So I'm gonna take the scenic route, and I gotta have Dyson. I gotta have Dyson, man.
Excuse me. My only deal with Dyson Daniels is he's very passive offensively. Right? Offensively, he would rather rack up the assists and playmate for others as opposed to scoring. And the jumper is not completely there. Right? I think Dyson Daniels is probably 2 years away, like 2 off seasons away from having that money jumper. But the defense might be elite from day one. Excuse me. and the length, like you mentioned, I agree. But my reservation with the defense, though, is rookie defenders don't impact the NBA in their first 2 seasons, right? Just look at guys like Patrick Williams and Jonathan Isaacs, Devin Vassals. They enter the NBA and get roasted day one. You can't. I like Dyson Daniels long term, like year 3, 4, and on. But will Tibbs be here during those years, right? And because if we have a coaching change and we go all offense, then the defensive guy running the point will not fit, or may not fit, right? The Benedict Mathurin thing. He don't play defense, and he don't care about defense. He wants to score and dunk on people from the guard position. He don't care about defense. Well, I've been a Knicks fan since 1970 something, and I want my guards to play defense, right? I don't want to see John.
You sound like
huh?
You sound like the Biggie duet. You sound like the Biggie duet song, 1970 something, 1970 something.
Yeah, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. In a perfect world, the Knicks would trade back here, take 11, and trade back with Charlotte for 13 and 15. Right? And then if these two guys, one of these guys is still on the board, you take them. Right? They probably won't. They probably would go 11 and 12, but that would make my decision easier anyway. Right? But it's these two dudes based on the stuff that I've seen. I'm not going by what other people tell me. I'm going by the stuff that I've seen. These dudes are polar opposites. One dude wants to defend and lock down and get others involved. And the other dude don't care nothing about others in that respect. He says shooting guard means shoot, right? He don't care about defense. Chat, tell us what you think, chat. Because I think both of y'all are liking Daniels, right? No, Ron, you like Mathurin here, right?
Yeah.
And Jay Boogie, you like Dyson Daniels here, right?
Honestly, the safe route is to split the difference and go Agbaji, but but yeah, I like Mathurin, man.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, man. I honestly believe, my belief is the reason why the Knicks season was so terrible is because our guards couldn't score. Our guards as a unit shot around 40% from the floor. And that's terrible. Our guards as a unit.
You know my question, Freezy? And I guess this is a question for everybody, Jay Boogie, the chat. Y'all not worried about Dyson Daniels being able to shoot? Because I swear to you, as much as I like this kid, everything he does out there on the court, I love. But his shot,
except shooting, yeah.
I mean, he shot 25% from 3. You know, he can score inside, like he can get to the basket, but it's that in between and that 3-point game has got me worried.
Yeah,
you know, a guy who we had on our team, you know, when he was drafted by Orlando, he came into Orlando, he was dropping triple doubles here. He was real aggressive. People were thinking he might turn into, you know, a really good star in the NBA. Right. Not superstar, but like not star player, but a really good role player in the NBA. But over time, his shot got worse and worse, and he just couldn't be consistent. Then we traded him. We didn't trade him. We let him go, and he wound up on Phoenix, and he's on the bench over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Alfred Payton.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And when I see Dyson Daniels, I get fascinated
Uh-oh. I think lightning
The,
struck.
the,
Talking about Alfred Payton.
yeah, the puppy knocked over the chair and scared the crap out of himself.
What is a Freezy? What is or Ron? Which one of y'all can look it up? What is this free throw shooting percentage?
I'll tell you right now. I almost had it up before you even said it. Hold on. It was, well, I mean,
73.7.
73.7, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 73.7.
Which that's not bad. I mean, that's better than
It's
RJ.
not good though for a point
That's
guard.
better than RJ though. Ugh.
Yeah, for a point guard, you would love for that to be in the high 70s, maybe 80s. For a guard, yeah. I don't know.
But you know,
The reason why I asked that because
oh, go ahead, Jay Boogie. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
I'm out the matrix.
A little, we hear you. You still
Yeah,
there?
there you
You
go.
I'm going
There
in
you
and
go.
out.
You good now?
Reason why I asked that because if you can shoot free throws, that means you got to form. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That means you could develop. We felt the same thing about Halliburton, and then got mad when you didn't trade for him.
That's true. I'm gonna take a look at this guy real quick. So I was curious. Okay. Yeah, maybe there is something to it, guys. So maybe I'm reading too much into it because you know when I was thinking about everything, I brought up Alfred Payton, but another guy who we know turned out to be a very dynamic player and then became a great player, Mr. Jason Kidd. You guys remember Jason Kidd worked on his 3-point shot, became one of the best 3-point shooters in NBA history. But he couldn't score, couldn't shoot. I mean, he could score, he couldn't shoot early on in his career. And then when you brought up the free throw shooting, you made me think. And so I went back to Jason Kidd's first year in the NBA. This dude shot 69% from the free throw line.
Right.
Yeah, and listen, I'm just saying this is because it's remarkable to me. He shot 69% first year, 69 the second year, 67 the third, 66 the fourth, 68 the fifth, and then he shot 79%, 75, 82%, 81, 81, 84. Yo, how does that happen?
Right.
Yeah, so all right, listen, anything can happen, man.
I think that, and so the Dyson Daniels thing reminds me of Gary Payton. My only thing though is, can big guards now run an NBA team? LaMelo showed that he can. Right? Lonzo showed that he can.
DeJounte Murray
showed that he can.
And maybe Halliburton is the next in line for that type of stuff.
Right.
I mean, it looks like this is where we're going, Freezy. This is the new NBA.
Yeah. My deal though is, my hang up is, college and G League defenders are not NBA defenders.
Facts.
No matter what I don't care if he locked in college. I don't care if he locked in the G League. You're not going to tell me that this dude's going to come in the NBA and get in front of Steph Curry or Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal. And these names are going to come at you every night, right? It's not like you're going to play 10 games before you see a great guard. You're going to see great offensive guards every night, right? And that's basically what's happening to Patrick Williams right now. It's what's happening to Isaac Okoro right now. It's what's happening to Devin Vassell right now. You come into the league with a defensive reputation, and then all of a sudden you're just that guy running around on the court because your defense is neutralized. Because at small forward, you can't guard certain guys. You can't guard the LeBron Jameses or whoever, right? What I would ask y'all is, what else does Dyson Daniels do? Like, does he do something else at a high level that would make up for will be his go-to until his defense catches up? Because he will be a great NBA defender, just not from day one, is what I'm saying. Does he do anything else well?
It's a good question. I don't know if I know personally the answer, but you know what? I just thought about something, and I think it's because Ron Cleveland, man himself, put something in the chat.
Oh yeah, Josh Giddey.
Yeah. Would you be happy if Josh Giddey was on the Knicks?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you think that that's our point guard of the future?
Yes.
What do you think about that, Jay Boogie?
He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
To me, he's a playmaker. I mean, I'd be happy if he was on the Knicks, though.
The reason why I asked that is because I looked at Josh Giddey's numbers. You know, Josh Giddey averaged 12 points, 7 rebounds, almost 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, but he shot 41% from the field.
Yeah.
He shot 70% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
He shot 26% from three.
From three. Yeah.
So when you look at it like that,
and he got hot. He got hot at the end of the season from three.
Right. And so when you look at it like that, Dyson Daniels and Josh Giddey are very similar.
Okay.
Makes me wonder, man. He could be that guy that you want on your team.
Okay.
I know Giddey's.
It can beat you off the dribble, right?
Yeah, and I think Giddey's court vision is on another level. And shout out to Jeremy Maynard, who was. I wasn't really comparing Kid's vision and Dyson Daniels' vision. They're not the same type of guy. I was more of a shooting thing, but yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. We haven't seen if Dyson can be a playmaker in the way that Giddey is, or definitely not the way that Jason Kidd was. So that's another thing we don't know.
Right. So it sounds like to me, Dyson Daniels might be the move. My only thing though is I don't think Tibbs is going to play him. Right? Because think of this. Grimes is a great 3-point shooter, right? And a good defender. He'll be a great defender one day, right? But right now Grimes is a physical defender, so to speak, for the guard position. Now he gets a lot of deflections. People fumble the ball when Grimes is guarding. They miss shots when guarding. But he is not elite quickness defender, right? He's not elite athlete defender. He's positioning and strength, strong defender, more like Bruce Bowen and less like Tony Allen at this point. I'm sure some things will change, but we don't know to what degree yet because we don't know what Grimes is yet. So it would be unfair to judge him, right? But I will say this. In all defensive backcourt of Quickly, Miles McBride, Dyson Daniels, Quentin Grimes, in theory sounds great. But what happens when the other team misses a shot and we get the rebound? Who's going to score?
That's a good point.
I like Dyson Daniels here, but if Dyson Daniels is the pick, we definitely have to address, because the biggest need on the team is backcourt scoring. Efficient backcourt scoring is the biggest need. Because I think when I averaged everything out, and I think I did it off the top of my head, basically the Knicks point guard shot 40% from the floor and like 38% from three. While the 3-point percentage seemed to be good, the 40% is atrocious. And do you want to bring in Dyson Daniels, a guy that can't shoot and doesn't really look to shoot? Or because if you want a lengthy defender, if you just want a lengthy defender that can switch on all guards and small forwards, why not go with Usman Ding? He could switch on all 4 ball handling positions. He's skinny, and his shot was coming along late in the season. He looked like a bust, but I wouldn't take my chances on Ding right here. I would rather trade back. For this though, and I think we'll regret it. For this, I'll give us Dyson Daniels here and pass on Benedict Mathurin. But I really think Benedict Mathurin is going to be a mix between Latrell Sprewell and Allen Houston. When you look at the prettiest shot in college basketball, is Benedict Mathurin. The left-right 1-2 high release for a guy 6'6" is what you dream about. I'm not calling him Klay Thompson, right? But what if Klay Thompson was an athlete? Is all I'm saying. What if Klay was an athlete? And guess what, Jay Boogie? Guess what Klay Thompson was drafted in his draft? 11.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say Dyson Daniels here, just because the 6'7.5", the 6'8" point guard thing is intriguing to me. And if the Knicks can mold that into something, then we have something. At the same time, we've taken shots on prospects in the past, and it just hadn't panned out. Let's do Dyson Daniels here. The New York Knicks select 6'8" point guard, 6'8" combo guard Dyson Daniels. I just think that kid is going to be Killian Hayes, though. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's going to be frustrating while you waiting on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a tough one though, but shooting crabs in a barrel, man. I don't know what's gonna work.
Yeah, it's frustrating to leave Jeremy Sohan and Benedict Mathurin on the board for Dyson Daniels. I would love to do that Charlotte deal, 11 for 13 and 15. Because Charlotte can't take them all.
If Cam pops, we don't have this problem.
Right.
True.
Right.
We don't have this problem. See, if Cam pops, Ben he's not in that starting lineup.
Right.
Or the other guy. First thing first, Evan's still in that starting lineup.
Right.
First thing. That's why, that's why I weighed the option to going towards Daniels.
Right.
Because it's easier for him to fill in a role that we don't have secured.
Right.
Yeah, I think actually, I mean, it'd be interesting if the draft played out in that way. I think all them dudes are going to be off the board. I think Dyson, Mathurin, Johnny Davis, all them guys are going to be off the board. I think the Knicks are going to be in danger. Well, not going to be. I think they already know. I think they're going to wind up losing Mitch. And I think they're going to try to just take the best big they can get at 11.
Really?
Yeah, because I think this gives them that first opportunity to go out there and get them a big who can give them a little bit more of a scoring presence down low that they haven't had.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that because I think all these other guys are going to be gone. Because if they weren't gone, then the Knicks are going to try to take the best talent, the person who can fit them the best. But I think all them dudes gonna be gone, and they're gonna wind up, picking between like a Tara Eason and Mark Williams maybe, and whoever else may still be there.
Right.
And if Mitch is gone, if he leaves, you better have somebody protect that rim, because you saw how Boston attacked Golden State last night. Nothing down there. Nothing.
Right.
You better have somebody that can protect that basket.
Right.
I was saying that last night too on the show that I don't know what Golden State was going to do against Boston. Boston's defense is crazy, and they got some dynamic players there. So that's the key. It goes back to Freezy's point about having transitional players, guys that are dynamic, that can do different things, play defense and get you buckets. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Golden State's got a good amount of guys too. But if we were looking at what they really need, they need Gary Porter Jr. They get Gary Porter Jr. back, then this series, I think they have a much better shot. They can still
Gary
win.
Payton Jr.?
I mean, I said Gary Porter. I mean Gary Payton Jr. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary Payton Jr. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll say this in terms of where the Knicks pick at 11. It's funny to see how if one team does something unexpected, how the dominoes go in a different direction. Like if one team was blowing smoke the whole time, knowing that, say, they wanted a Johnny Bryant, right? No, we're not interested in Johnny Bryant. The whole time knowing they want Johnny Bryant. If one team does that, you can throw, it's like NCAA brackets. If one team loses that you thought was going to win, your whole bracket is messed up. You know what I'm saying? I think that might be what we're looking at. If I'm the Knicks, I would really, really, really looking to get that 7 pick from Portland. I would really look into getting that 7 pick from Portland now. That way you can get the big that you want, and then the wing player that you want after that. Right? Trade up to 7 to have the pick of the litter. Kind of like me and Benny. I picked Benny out of a litter. It was like which one you want? I was like, I want that one. That looks like he all pro. You know what I'm saying? And so then you can, whether it's Dyson or Griffin or Mathurin or Sohan or whomever, you can go for what you know. Yeah. Jay Boogie, what's your preference? What do you want what type of rookie do you want the Knicks to take? Is it just a big? Is it Mark Williams?
Hey, give me 1 second.
Okay. I was just about to say Ron. I was about to say, Ron, what rookie you want? My bad. I forgot. It's 2 Rons.
There's 2 Rons here. Which Ron you talking about? The Ron with the man, or the Ron from the Still Knick fans? Okay,
Still Knicks. Congratulations, boy. Hey, congratulations on
Congratulations,
that.
man.
Thank you, man.
Keep doing that
Appreciate
thing, man.
it.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Yeah, man. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man. How you been?
Hey, I can't complain, man. My anniversary coming up tomorrow. You know what I mean? 17 years
Ooh.
on the books. You know what I mean? Feel like it was just yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So, man. Hey, I can't complain, man. Life's good. You know what I mean?
Ron, which rookie do you want?
Hey, me and Jay Boogie thinking a lot alike, man. I'm tired of searching for point guard. I know who in this draft I'm going to get. I'm calling Sacramento. I'm getting that 4th pick, and I'm getting Jaden Ivey. Gotta have him at all costs. And somebody asked me in the chat, when I was in the chat, I've been in the chat a minute, and they asked me, they said, what would I do? I'm giving this year's 1st round pick. I'm giving next year's 1st round pick. and I'm sending Cam Reddish out here to get it done. But I'm getting Jaden Ivey, man. I'm not going no more with hoping guys pan out. The Knicks, we haven't swung for the fences at that position yet, man. And it's pretty pathetic. You know what I mean? And if the fact, and this by all accounts, we got to think about this, man. With the tea leaves saying, if they were after Jalen Brunson so hard, they're ready to tell you they ain't comfortable with the point guards on the roster.
Right.
So if I'm in that front office, I'm trading up with Sacramento because all reports Sacramento trying to move out of that 4th spot. I'm getting that 4th spot and I'm getting Ivy. Period.
Right.
That boy's gonna be a star, man. And I like his pedigree. You know what I mean? Mom played in the game.
Right.
Coach, hey, he been around the game. He knows it. I don't have to worry about him being a professional. He's been around it. Just much like RJ's situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Family been around the game. It don't surprise me when you see them type of players come in the league and they know how to be a professional. It's someone who ain't been around the game like that. You got to be concerned with when you throw them a bunch of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
How will they react?
Mm-hmm. Right. And you know what? If I'm being real with what I really want,
New York City on top of that.
Right.
Oh well, yeah. If I was being real with what I really want for the Knicks, and I know this draft, I mean, you know, it's not as sexy as some other drafts, but there's some players here, especially in the top 10. If I'm the Knicks, I'm figuring out a way to get that 4th pick, and if not that 4th pick, maybe the 7th pick. But I want 2 picks close to the top 10. I want one in the top 10. If I keep my 11, and even if that means I have to give up my 42nd pick, even though I want Kai Soto, but it's okay. It is what it is. Because I think that the Knicks are able to get, if they're able to get up higher, they can get that dynamic player, whoever it is. If it's Ivy, if it's Mathurin, and I think then at 11, I would take like a Mark Williams, and I think you come out of this draft feeling good.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, I feel good about Johnny Davis too. Finally got his name right. I feel good about that kid too, man. I think he's gonna be one, man. I see a little bit of Devin Book in him. I see a little bit of Devin Book in him.
Yeah, because you know what? The other thing I was thinking is, think about it. Who in this draft really needs to go get it, other than the Knicks? There's teams that are rebuilding, but the Knicks need to go get it. And why keep waiting until next year or the year after that? We don't know what's going to happen next year.
Every year got a mind of its own, man. Every year got a mind of its own, Ron.
Yeah.
Every year. And I'm going to tell you, this is what I was thinking about, too. To some people that may say, hey, man, don't give up that pick next year. The Knicks ain't going to be sorry next year. I can go on the record and tell you that right now. So that next year pick ain't going to be worth what it would have been worth this year. And truth be told, we weren't even a bad team this year. It was just a lot. We know all the antics and all that kind of stuff that went on.
Plus, we don't tank right anyway. So we don't.
We ain't tanking
right anyway.
As long as Tibbs is here, we ain't tanking. We can forget that. So the Knicks need to go ahead and do what we need to do, man. Be aggressive. Go and do what we need to do, man. And I'm not messed up. If we miss out on all these guys that we know are game changers, man, at the end of the day, I don't want to bring in no veteran who trying to really reestablish themselves and gonna come in here and try to take over the team and all that kind of stuff, man. I say just rock out with Quickly and Deuce and let that thing run. And then draft again next season. But if you got an opportunity to get that 4th pick, man, go get that thing and go get Ivy, man. Because that's what this franchise has been missing for far too long.
And here's the other thing, too.
Hey,
so let me just a couple things.
You said what year is Ivy in?
Nah, go ahead, Freezy, rock on.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I think Johnny Davis is a bust.
Ooh.
Huge bust. Right? I think people that'll speak to the lack of separation thing as just a college thing, I think are understating how important separation is, you know what I'm saying, for being effective. Right? I think his So I don't want to sound like a Johnny Davis hater, right? But not having, I think Johnny Davis is a shrunken down RJ Barrett, right? And if you think RJ Barrett struggles right now and he's 6'6", 6'7", getting to the rim and can't finish, look at Johnny Davis's numbers finishing at the rim in college. And to think that's going to get better playing against tougher competition, I think we're fooling ourselves. And then look at what he shoots from three, right? And to think that's just going to get better once he plays against tougher competition, I think we're fooling ourselves. I think the Knicks should stay far, far away from Johnny Davis, right? And I'm not saying that he won't be a quality player, but if you draft him in the top 11, you're expecting top 11 production, right? You know, there are certain things, like when we watch RJ, all of us saw RJ Barrett play this year. A lot of times we saw it live, a lot of times we saw it on TV. RJ Barrett's thing is the shot was inconsistent from the free throw line and from three, and he couldn't finish at the rim. And I'm asking, well, why do I want a smaller version of that? Right?
I think you underselling Johnny a little bit, man.
Nah, man,
Johnny
he's not a good.
better than RJ too. That's another thing.
If Johnny Davis was in the RJ Barrett draft, would he have gone higher than RJ? No. That's what I'm saying. If RJ Barrett was in this draft, would he go higher than Johnny Davis?
Now you know,
yes.
Freezer, you know I'm a Carolina fan.
Right,
and I'm gonna call it like I see it. RJ, our player, I love him on the team, but there was a lot of hype around RJ too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if you really think about what RJ did, man, come on, man. You playing with Zion, man. That stuff gonna raise your stock too. The same thing with Cam. Cam shouldn't have went as high as Cam went. He should not have went as high as he did, because if truth be told, if you watch that Duke team that year, Cam disappeared after Zion got hurt, and RJ was pretty much running the team. I thought Cam would have really stepped up and did his thing, but he didn't. The same thing you're asking about him right now, the questions that they're talking about with him about a motor and all that, it's the same thing they were saying in college about him. Yeah. And I saw a report where an exec said that he is an ultimate player that's flirtatious. Right. Like, you see all the things that you see, the size, you see everything, and he basically is like fool's gold. Right. When he was describing it. Right. You know what I mean? And
look like Tarzan played like James. Yeah, look like Tarzan played like James. Yeah. Yeah.
So let me put a little bit of pressure on you, man. Where you go?
Here he is.
Let me put a bit of pressure on you since you said all that. You trading RJ to New Orleans because that's his man. They want to rock together for that pick and something else?
RJ and Cam in New Orleans for Brandon Ingram?
Yeah, RJ tough, man. Y'all can hear me? I had a phone call came in just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but RJ tough, man, but we all know, man, that team had a lot of hype around it. A lot of hype. You know what I mean? But Johnny Davis handles right now coming into the game is better than what RJ is right now.
Hey, Ron, did you know that Johnny Davis shot 42.7% from the floor in college?
Okay. What RJ shot in his year in college from the floor?
No, man, I don't. I'm saying, man.
What's Johnny Davis free throw numbers looking like?
79%.
How many?
79%.
Okay. I can work with that. So he already coming in with a leg up.
It's not really a leg up though. If if he's shooting 30% from three. Like he's shooting 30% from three in college against weaker defenders and a closer 3-point line. And to say that 3-point number, huh?
Well, RJ shot in college from three.
I don't have RJ.
Because that's what we comparing them to now. So let's get RJ numbers on the table too, because I don't think RJ was no 3-point shooter at Duke.
But why would you? But that my point was, why would you need another RJ though?
I don't think Freezer. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with you, man. I don't think he's another RJ, man. And I think if we got an opportunity, if we can't get Ivy, and that dude sitting there, Matherin's gone. If we pass on him, we'd be talking about, oh man, we had an opportunity to get him. We talk about Donovan Mitchell.
I would rather Grimes get those minutes, bro. I would rather the ham sandwich get those minutes over Johnny Davis, bro.
But
Freezer, why you don't like Grimes, man?
You don't think that the difference between Grimes and Johnny Davis? You had me thinking for a second. I was like, did I say the wrong guy? I was like, Johnny Bryant.
Johnny Bryant.
Hey, I've been calling Johnny Bryant all the year.
Yeah. You don't think that the difference between Grimes and Johnny Davis is that Johnny Davis is a scorer, man. He got his shots on the court. He got his spots on the court. He's got his little go-to jumper moves. Like, Grimes, as good as of a shooter as he can be, he don't got no go-to spots. He just catch and shoot. Give me the ball. But Johnny Davis actually can put some work out there. And right. I think the other thing with Johnny Davis is, does he need to improve on certain things of his game? Yes, of course. He's not they got him, looking like he a star, Taco Bell commercials and all this stuff. I don't know if he's ready for all that, but there's some stuff he need to work on. But I also look at guys like him, like the Bradley Beals that, someone put in the chat. Bradley Beal scored 23 points per game this year. He only played 40 games, I think, something like that. He was hurt. But in the games he did play, he took almost 6 attempts from three, and he shot 30%. And Bradley Beal's a good shooter. Yeah. And so you look at, different things happen. I looked at his first year. We saw Bradley Beal wasn't the Bradley Beal he is now, who he's become. He worked hard to get there. You look at Devin Booker, his first year in the league. Like, he had some stuff he had to work on. He didn't know exactly how to pick his spots. He learned. I think Johnny Davis could do that.
And his defense is already better than RJ.
That's it right there, Ron. That's the big question.
Yeah, I said it, and some people ain't gonna like that, but it's the truth.
Would you like Grimes with a better shot, being a better scorer? Because that's who Johnny Davis is.
I'm gonna tell you, Grimes, for me, I love Grimes. I just wish he had, like you said, the go-to. You know what I mean? If his ball handler, he can get to any place, because his shot is beautiful. It's a beautiful shot. And he's more efficient. He's probably one of the better efficient players on this team when it comes to shooting, or has the ability to be one. You know what I mean? You just look at his stroke. It's beautiful.
I think people underestimating his dog too.
That boy played
Johnny
defense.
Davis is really a dog out there.
Yeah.
Like RJ, right?
RJ can be at times.
Yeah, at times. I agree.
Davis has a better all the way around game than what Grimes had. But we do know for a fact that Grimes is not scared. He got heart. Absolutely. We do know that for a fact. Now, if Davis is going to come in and have that same heart, not scared, like Grimes, then I'll take him over Grimes, because he can get, he can put the ball on the floor. He has a mid-range. He's just, a little bit better all the way around player. But Grimes is just really pretty much showing us that he's a catch and shooter. He's not beating nobody off the dribble. And that's what we need, more guys. Not could just shoot, but shoot off the dribble, or can get to that bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Jalen. When Jalen's shot ain't falling, Jalen getting to that rack. I don't want nobody that just can shoot, and when your shot ain't going, your whole game has disappeared. I need your game to be able to do multiple things on that court.
Yeah, we don't need who was the guy with the discount double check with the belt shooting threes. I can't remember his name.
Steve Novak.
Yeah. We don't need no more one trick ponies, man.
Right.
We need versatile players, man.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. And I said it, Freezy. when I said Boston gonna win the championship, is because of that. That team is versatile, man.
Yeah.
They are very versatile, and the coach really unlocked them. Because I think had they still had Brad Stevens coaching, they wouldn't be winning the title. And he's a good coach, but I don't think
They
he would
went
have
out
done
first
it.
round.
Yeah.
I would say though, to the Johnny Davis thing, I think it's all hype. All of it, every ounce of it is hype. Because you don't come from off the radar, right? And then have like just appear on the radar when you're 19 years old. Like nobody heard of you until you turn 18. Nobody heard of you in no circles until you're 18 years old. You dominate when you 19, and then you go into a season and have a great season when you're 20. Things like that just rarely happen.
But you know what, though,
So-
you can say the same thing about John Morant.
But we knew John was good.
But he flew under the radar, man. Big schools wasn't even calling for that guy. That guy had to go to the OVC conference, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then once he showed up there, then everybody ready to say, "Oh, okay, now you that dude." But dude always had the game. And sometimes players geographically where you at, you fall under the radar.
But
You
Ron,
don't go to the right school?
but my sons played against John Morant in high school. They in the same. They in the same conference. Yeah, the thing about John was not that he was not an NBA player. It's like they had him listed at 6'2", 175, and he was actually more like 6'1", 135.
Yeah, I don't like to judge players on what school you go to, man, and,
Right.
and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that's what a lot of these so-called experts do. You know,
Right.
based on what school you go to. And there's been a lot of busts that came from these big schools, man. Let's not even get it twisted. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, man. I understand that we have a difference of opinion.
But I tell you,
And-
that's
and
really what it come down to. And I always have this saying, man, in all these sports, man. All these guys, they unproven. You know, for as much as we can look at tape and be like, yeah, they look good,
Right.
and project their translation, they all unproven, man. And we ain't gonna really know until they get on that court.
Right. I'm looking up an independent scouting breakdown of Johnny Davis, right? Just to make sure that I'm not off on a limb. You know what I'm saying? Off by myself. Right. Johnny Davis scouting report. Just to make sure.
Yeah, my whole thing is that I'm not saying that Johnny Davis is definitely the next Devin Booker or Bradley Beal. I just think that automatically he already brings that dog mentality, and he's a good defender. So you already got one side of the two-way player working for you. You know he's going to defend. Then you bring in the fact that he can score a little bit, and he's going to be a rookie, so that there's plenty of time for him to work on his game and get better.
Well, I like he already shooting almost 80% from that free throw line too.
Yeah, man, that makes him he's going to be an adequate player in the league. Do you want adequate right now if you're the Knicks? Hey, man, look, I've said it before. What I do want for the Knicks is to get smart IQ basketball players who have heart and fight, work together on defense. And, maybe that just means that you are changing people out.
Right.
You know what I mean? You keep a guy like Grimes, and maybe you got to get rid of a guy like Cam. Or I'm not saying I want to get rid of Cam. I'm just saying Knicks need to change around some of these pieces they got to get better pieces that fit better. You may not even get the star player you're looking for, but you need to get better players all around so this team can play better all around. We got too many questions.
You know what, Ron? I was saying the last time we was on here, man. The Knicks, we really stuck in a 90s mindset type of ball playing, man. From the way we playing, from the coach we got it, even to the size of our players. You look at our team, we got a smaller team in comparison to these teams in the league now, man. We're not long like that. We're small.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you say change the mindset, that's exactly what has to happen, man. We can't just get guys, like you said earlier, that's just a one trick pony, basically. We need versatile players, man.
I just liken it to. I like this draft to. And I hate to pick on teams that wear teal and orange, right? But the Miami Dolphins had a quarterback, right, named Woodley, right? They had a quarterback, and he was a decent quarterback, right? He can hit these guys in the flat and all that stuff. And his thing was he wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the strongest. The Dolphins took him, and they couldn't go nowhere.
Marino.
And then they drafted a dude named Dan Marino, right? People said he had all these flaws. Oh, man, he a partier. He do such and such.
Couldn't run.
But boy, can he throw that football.
I
saw, and no lie, this is, and maybe this is a lie. Maybe I am making up, trying to embellish the story. But I saw Dan Marino take a NFL football and throw it into Mark Duper's hand warmers. You know the hand warmers that you used to wear in the front?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Duper was about 35 yards downfield, and he was being blitzed, and Dan Marino threw a football into that man's hand warmer.
I got one better for you on Dan.
That's talent, bro.
Go take a look right now. It's on YouTube. Somebody got it on YouTube. I don't know who did it. But there's a video with Dan Marino when we played against Buffalo. And they're in Buffalo, and he threw the ball behind his back, flipped it back like 40 yards.
Wow.
Right to the man.
Right to the man. Manning had to break stride.
He was just standing there. Like he threw it like stationary, like hit the target.
Right.
Dead in his hand.
See, that is what you call talent. That's not a Dave Brown, a Daniel Jones, I was productive in college type situation. I think this is what Johnny Davis is. Like an average athlete at best that went to a team that had no talent, and he was the most talented one of that group, so he took 16 shots a game, right? And his numbers indicate that he is not the guy. But what we're doing, because he looks the part, because he looks the part, we're putting him in a place where he shouldn't be. If Johnny Davis was drafted in the teens, I would be like, okay, this is where he belongs. But if Johnny Davis came out in last year's draft, would he be top 10 consideration? No. Would he be in the teens consideration? No. Would he be even in the 20s? Right. Benny keep telling me that we should take him at 11. Okay, Benny, we'll take you at 11. Okay, all right. So here's the thing. I'm not trying to dig too deep into the Johnny Davis thing because it's only one player. Right? I think the most intriguing prospect of all of them is Dyson Daniels. Right? Because,
big point guard. Yeah,
because if Dyson Daniels can become all these things that everybody wants Dyson Daniels to be, elite level defender, the point guard of the future, offensive game, unselfish distributor that can score. If he becomes all those things, he doesn't have to be a superstar for us to win an NBA title. You know what I'm saying? Because if he can get RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch, all these guys the ball in spots where they can thrive, then that's what we'll need.
Right? So, Freezer, I got a question for you. Okay. What position, if you're in the front office, man, what you think is the most critical need going into next season? What you doing and what you doing?
I honestly don't believe that we have next level talent on the roster. So if I can get my hands on a Jaden Ivey, if I have to sacrifice a lamb to feed the village, because people are like have this thing about the sacrificial lamb being a bad thing. The sacrificial lamb is not a bad thing, man. You sacrifice one lamb to save hundreds of people. You know what I'm saying? So I would trade one of the young guys, maybe two of them, in order to trade up and get Jaden Ivey.
I'm gonna tell you like this because I thought about this. And I can't help, when you got clear evidence of what's something that doesn't happen, man, you can't discount it.
Right.
I'm not sure about Cam being here, man.
I'm not either.
I like him, and I'm telling you that right now. I like him. For anybody that say you hating on Cam, no. I like Cam, and I realize he brings something to this team that we don't have. But I can't help but think about the fact Tibbs didn't want him, and then they were trying to trade him to the Lakers. That right there for me, and now he's coming off of shoulder problems.
Right.
I'm not sold that they got him in the plans, because it still come back to economics too. Now it still come back to the money. RJ Cummett gonna be eligible for an extension, both of them in the same draft class. And you're talking about Mitch. We still don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
And then the next year you got Obi coming right around the corner. So where that leaves Cam? You see what I'm saying? And this front office didn't draft Cam. They drafted Obi. So and you got IQ. So it's a lot to consider, especially if they're talking about going out and getting Brunson. If that thing ain't dead, because we all just saw what happened. They just hired the daddy.
I think so, Brunson. I think Brunson, and I know this is gonna sound strange. If Brunson don't sign in Dallas, I could see Brunson signing in Indiana or Detroit. But again, like the conversation we have every summer, no major free agent is signing with the Knicks. And we have and I hate saying that, man. It hurt my feelings to even think about it. Right? I hate even saying it. But until somebody prove us wrong, we got to continue with the same thing. Like no free agent, no major free agent is coming here. Nobody's gonna pick us over anybody else. And y'all heard the two teams that I mentioned, Detroit and Indiana. Who would pick Detroit and Indiana over the Knicks?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But if he does, that just show you. And so to your question, my favorite prospect to scout, to look at, to break down is Benedict Mathurin, right? But he's young acting. He young acting, right? Is he gonna be mature enough to? Because the skills are there. The skills are there, right?
Yeah.
He got the perfect form. The dude looks like a poster. He looks like a shooting video, right? Is stepping into his shot, everything perfect, everything lined up, high release, all that to gather, all of that stuff. He looks like a shooting video, right? And then he want to dunk on everybody. He got this. He has this stupid killer instinct where it makes you kind of question his judgment. Like, why didn't you just try a floater right there? Why did you try to dunk on the crowd? Why don't you just throw up a floater? And sometimes, listen, when you say you want, so hey, when people say they want a dog, you know what dogs do in the middle of the night, bro? Dogs wake up and bark while everybody's sleeping.
While them other dogs hide.
Yeah. Dogs sometimes have fleas too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the double-sided thing. Like Mathurin, why didn't you just pull up right there and just shoot an 8-footer instead of trying to take it to the big man? Right? And in the tournament, Arizona lost, right? You're like, Mathurin, why'd you dish that ball up to the open man? Why do you feel like you got to take all this stuff upon yourself? Some people like that, but to me, sometimes that's a detriment to the. Mathurin is young acting, man. Mathurin is like a 16-year-old in a 20-year-old's body. You know what I'm saying? But the verticality is there. That's the Spreewell aspect of it. Like the Spreewell aspect. Like, Spree, why don't you just pull up for 10 foot right there instead of trying to dunk on the other team's center with 2 hands in traffic? Man, I just had to prove it. Nah, take the points, bro. 2 points and 2 points, no matter how you get them.
I'm going to say this, Freezy, I'll say this now. When you got me thinking, when I look at this roster of players, the only player that we've drafted in recent history that really came in and told people to get out my way and I'm taking my spot as RJ. Everybody else look like they're standing around waiting for something to happen instead of making something happen.
Making something happen. Yeah.
Him and the other person I say is IQ.
Right.
But everybody else seemed like they've been kind of tentative. You know what I mean? Frank Ntilikina. Who
Kevin
else?
Knox.
Yeah, just
Darian Grant.
look like they're
Anthony
just
early.
happy to be drafted and just happy to be on the NBA roster.
Right.
But those two guys that I just called IQ and RJ, them two guys got dog in them. You know what I mean? They ain't afraid to say, "Hey, give me the ball and get out the way." We don't have enough of that on this team.
Yeah.
And another thing I was looking at, I'm like, tell me, Freezy, y'all tell me the player on our team that dies for loose ball, other than Taj.
Nobody.
Other than Taj.
No. Nobody.
I was like, we don't have nobody that go after them loose ball like that, man.
Alec Burks and Evan Fournier ran into each other dodging a loose ball. I saw it with my own eyes.
And
Both
Grimes
of them
too.
slammed on brakes because the ball was going out of bounds. Oh, you remember the Kemba Walker triple-double game?
Yeah.
Remember the triple and the long rebound was headed to the sidelines, and Fournier and Burks stopped, and then the ball went out of bounds, and Kemba was like, "Yo, that was my rebound right there." Yeah,
I'm telling you, I really do think we're a point guard away from turning this thing around, man. And that's why I'm so high on going after Ivy, man. And then some people say, well, he really ain't a point guard because he played shooting guard, played off. But you can see the skills are there. He can play it. He can play that position. He's dynamic enough.
Yeah, what year was he in?
I'm thinking, what, year one? This year one for him.
He's a freshman?
Yeah, I believe he's a freshman.
Who? Which one?
Ivy. This year one or year
Second
two?
year. Second year.
Second year? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he had a freshman year. He had a freaky freshman year, and then he worked out with John Morant all summer and came back and is this version of Jaden Ivey.
Looking like a mini John Morant.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure Cam is inside that trade to try to trade up and get whatever we can get as far as getting whoever we want to get. Because Cam doesn't want to be here. And it shows. I can tell because you're a ball player, you coming off an injury or you only have to be coming off an injury. But if you're coming off an injury and it's said that he's back, he's working out, where's your footage? Where's your footage? You need to be showing somebody something because you up for some money. So you ain't got no footage, nobody's showing of you doing anything. That tells me you ain't working because you up for some money. So if you ain't got no footage going around, though, that tells me you're not really interested. I'm leaning towards more or less getting you up out of here.
Right.
Especially if I ain't got nobody in the office that's saying, well, listen, go out there and visit Cam and go work out with Cam and come and let us know what he looked like.
Right.
Knicks ain't even doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot going on with this team, man. But them two most important pieces is if Mitch leaves, it's a 1 and a 5. Those are the two most important pieces it is.
Yeah, that set everything back.
Got to have.
Okay.
And it's funny, like, I try to make sure I give Sims his props because he always say it'll be a whole lot better if you can have the draft before you have free agency.
Yeah.
Then you'll know if the big man is gone. But you as an organization is supposed to know anyway through your conversation, your relationship with them. Sit down, let me talk to you. Mitch, are you planning on leaving? Let us know. At least let us know that much if you're leaving. Hey, maybe he'll tell him, yeah, I'm leaving, man. Already got this such and such offer on the table. Y'all not going to meet it, man. I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you know what you can do when it comes to this draft. You know what I'm saying? But we do need a 1 and a 5, especially if Mitch is leaving. We don't have a 5. Sims is not a 5. Taj is too old. Noel is injury prone. You know what I'm saying? We need to get more younger, athletic, and youthful, and a big that can do multiple things. That's what we need, man.
Let me address the super chats real quick. Let me just address the super chats real quick. Adele Chapman, thank you for the generous contribution. Adele Chapman says, is next year's draft dramatically better? Yes. Next year's draft is dramatically better. Jeremy Maynard says we need to come. Oh, thank you, Jeremy Maynard, for the generous contribution. JM says we need to come away with 2 of the following: Ivy, Mathurin, Sohan, Williams, Agbaji, and Eason. I agree. I think that the perfect scenario is trading back with Charlotte to get from 11 to get 13 and 15. That'll be the easiest scenario. The other scenarios, which would be better, would be more complicated. You know, with players, picks, money, exceptions, and all types of stuff. Right?
So being that you said that, Freezy, which is most important?
I got one more, just one more real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says Johnny Davis is a leader. He's a John Starks dog. What? Y'all know how I feel
Freezy,
about
I think
Starks, bro.
you're gonna be surprised, Freezy. I think Davis gonna surprise you, man. He gonna surprise you. But I'll say this: with those 2 scenarios you just said, which is more important? Because I mean, we done stockpile a lot of picks.
Right.
When the last time the Knicks moved up to grab a position of need? I can't remember.
Right. We should have did it in 96. Remember, we had the 3 first-round picks in 96? And we didn't want to trade up to 10 because we didn't want to give up 3 first-round picks to move up to 10. And Kobe Bryant went 13th.
Sometimes, man, you got to make hard decisions, man, to better your team, man. You know what I mean? And that's why I always say about being attached to players. I'm not attaching myself to no more players at all. You know what I mean? I'm attaching myself to progress.
But Ron, we had three first-round picks, bro. Ron, we had 3 of them.
That's ridiculous, man.
And not only did we not get Kobe, but we didn't get Peja Stojakovic. Right?
What we came away with in that draft in '96?
I know their names by heart, bro. I know their names: John Wallace, Dante Jones, and Walter McCarty.
Now I say this: John Wallace was the 3. Was the one that I thought would have came in and done damage. John didn't take off the way I thought he would. Yeah. And Walter McCarty was exactly what I thought he would be, which he was at
a journey
Kentucky, a very good role, could be a role player, a piece.
Yeah.
That's
and Dante Jones ain't wound up being nothing. But you could have took them 3 picks. You could have took them 3 picks and got Peja Stojakovic. You could have got Vitaly Potapenko, right? Who was a better player than them 3 put together. You could have got Kobe Bryant. You could have got Steve Nash. And the Knicks forever have not looked to move up in a draft like that because they say the price is too much.
Imagine if the Knicks would have had Kobe Bryant.
Bro. And mind you, with Patrick Ewing, with Latrell Sprewell, and Allen Houston, right?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm sitting there thinking we talking about the Knicks moving up, right, for that 4th pick. And some people will say, well, nah, they won't take him because they got Sabonis. Sacramento might have saw enough in Sabonis that he ain't gonna fit with us. We're gonna move him.
Yeah.
Call us about Julius. You see what I'm saying? And then we know Julius played for Alvin Gentry in New Orleans. So there's some history there. You see what I'm saying? And
they fired Alvin Gentry though.
Huh?
They fired Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, but Julius played for him.
Yeah. Who did Sacramento hire as a coach? They hired Mike Brown.
That's right. Yep. They did fire. Yeah, they fired Alvin Gentry. Yeah, they got Mike Brown. You're right. They got Mike Brown. Hot dog. I wish Alvin Gentry was still there.
Yeah, I honestly believe in Mike Brown's offense, Julius Randle would absolutely eat. Right?
He would be one of the best power forwards on the West Coast when you think about it.
Yep.
I mean, it's Braun and who else over there really dominating over there at that power forward position?
Anthony Davis.
And I don't count him because he can't stay healthy.
No.
So who else? I mean, that's something to think about.
Ron, would you trade the 11th pick? Would you trade the 11th pick in young players for DeAndre Ayton?
Well, you won't have. Well, you mean if you're going to do a sign and trade for him? Because he's a free agent. He's unrestricted.
Okay. Would you sign DeAndre Ayton?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, and the reason why I get him, because not so much about stretching the floor. A lot of people talk we want to stretch bigs, and they think about that 3, shooting from that 3. No, I want a big that can just shoot a 12 to 15-foot jump shot and work around that basket. Because that
I want a
that'll
big with some
unclog that wing.
hands.
You know what I mean? Give me that. And DeAndre Ayton is a baller, man. I like that kid. And if you look at the way Phoenix folded, it really wasn't his fault because he's somebody who got to get the ball. CP and Booker was the two really more so at fault for that series, man. Those two guys, man.
They definitely should have used him more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before I sign DeAndre Ayton, I'm gonna have a conversation with him. I got to see where his mind is, where his heart is. I got to see, you know, where the dog lies in him, because I'm a little concerned about him because I was mad. I think he got a raw deal with Phoenix. They kind of making him look like the scapegoat, and they didn't even use him the way they should have. They had mismatches, and they should have capitalized and took advantage, and that's why they up out of here. But I do know that watching him at the end of the regular season and going into the playoffs, there was some games that I just feel like he's not as aggressive. Even when he got the ball, he needed to go get it on the rebounding end as well. So I would have to have a conversation with him. But if he give me the right words and I feel good about him, then yeah, I definitely, you know, he's better than anything we got at the center position.
And you have to honor him with the ball in his hand. That's another thing. And the man can set screens.
Hey, and to me, he has the best big man hands in the league. Right? Those passes that Chris Paul was zooming to him in traffic, he was catching those things, bro.
He wasn't pulling the Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, like Reggie Wayne used to say, there was a receiver in the NFL named Reggie Wayne. He went to the U, right? He was like, yo, some of us, he was like, yo, in order to play receiver at the U, you got to be able to catch hot BBs in the dark. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is what DeAndre Ayton is. Because we saw Mitch catch balls and then bobble them. We saw Nerlens Noel just not flat out not catch it. And we saw Jericho Sims just not even be looking for the pass. And so now you like, if you would have...
I'm going to tell you, life would be a whole lot easier. I'm going to tell you what, if we lose Mitch, if they know like what Jay Boogie said about these conversations that's being had, and they already know Mitch is gone, that's who they need to turn their attention to ASAP.
Right.
Go get Ayton.
Right.
Because see, the thing I like about Ayton, we talking about all these guys in college, we ain't worrying about his potential. We know he can play in this league. And now the only thing you got to come down to is the dollar value amount. What is he looking for? What he, you know what I mean, trying to command.
Right. Right. Well, what I would say, man, is this too. Just to wrap up the draft stuff. I guess what it comes down to, and because I think all of us have trepidation about these prospects. Like all the prospects are flawed. I don't think there's a home run guy. 1 through 20. I think of all the guys in this draft, Chet by far is the best player. Right? Chet by far is the best. I think you'll see him getting his bag in the NBA. You'll see his handle. You'll see his 3-point shot. I think you'll see him take guys off the dribble. I think you'll see all of that in the NBA. Some of the stuff you can't do in college because of how much zone they play, right? But I will tell you this though. The Knicks have needs at positions that are already filled, right? Like the shooting guard position, we need an athlete at that position, right? The 3, we need an athlete at that position. You know, and as far as bigs go, we need size there because Sims, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel don't offer size for the modern NBA big, right? Even though Sims is 6'9" and can jump, right? He's 6'9" and can jump. But you saw when he played against Nurkic, remember the Portland game in Portland, the one that Subliminal 209 was at, cheering for the Knicks. Subliminal 209 was a Knicks fan at the Portland game. Remember that weird time Saturday afternoon, Saturday afternoon game? Subliminal 209 was at the game cheering for the Knicks so loud. The Portland people came to him and told him to be quiet. That's a true story, by the way. You asked Subliminal 209. The Portland people was like, "Sir, can you be quiet with all this Knicks stuff?" But Nurkic, but Jericho Sims was being smothered by Nurkic. right? And I know Nurkic is a big dude, but we play in a conference, in a division that has Joel Embiid, right? So I'm thinking we just need, we need a guy. Anyway, I gotta let the dog out and use the bathroom. I'll be right back here. And don't y'all be asking who let the dogs out, right? Y'all know who did it.
Yeah, man. So man, hey, Ron, tell me, man, what you think is your biggest need for this team, man, and what you gonna do?
I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I could see the Knicks going two different ways. I think the biggest need is to get a dynamic scorer who is going to get you a bucket. As much as I like RJ, and RJ can be, that guy for us eventually, it's a lot of work for him to be that guy. Like, he don't score easily. He got to put in a lot of effort.
Right about that.
Yeah. And so if we can get a guy who can score effortlessly, and make it look easier, and you can depend on him, that's what I think the Knicks need. Like, so I understand them curious and wanting to move up to get Ivy, because Ivy can get buckets. If you put the pressure on him, he can get to the rim anytime he wants. Now, if you lock him down and make him shoot from the outside, you might be in for a little different experience. But, he can improve on that. Just like Morant is going to improve eventually, because Morant's not great shooting from the outside either. But you know what's funky? I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks go Sohan. I wouldn't be surprised if he's there and the Knicks say, you know what, we want to get back to just smothering you with defense.
That wouldn't surprise me neither.
Yeah, I can see them going, let's just try to lock down everybody. I mean, it's going to make it tough. You're going to have players out there that may not be able to get you buckets, so it's going to be low-scoring games, but that may be their plan too. Under Tibbs, you can't fault it. You don't know.
Especially when you look at the playoffs, man. The teams that was in the playoff, I mean, you got the two that finished with the top defense playing in the finals. You had who was the fourth ranked defense? I think Miami, and then you had Dallas at 7. And so it's no secret that 4 of them teams went deep in the playoffs. Why? Right. Because of the defense. Because Dallas was inconsistent offensively. Luka didn't really have a consistent number 2. For as much as Jalen Brunson played good, they didn't have a consistent number 2 on that team. You know what I mean? How many wide open 3-point shots we saw that they was missing?
Yeah, you're right. And I think that's the thing. Like, that's what you worry about when you have players like that on your team. Like Dorian Finney-Smith had moments when he would score for them and did great things in the playoffs, and then he had moments where he was quiet because that's not who he really is. He just had some good moments, but defensively, he's been great for them. So you run into, when you don't have a lot of scoring options, you run into a situation like Dallas where it's all on your top guy, Luka, and you can't really progress past that.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. And that's why when you look at the situation, to what you said, and it ain't like we don't have no proof of the situation. When we made that 4th seed, it was all about that defense. We had some dogs running around on that defense. We was getting after it defensively. Our offense was a thing that was terrible. In the following season, we tried to get better offensively with guys who couldn't play defense, and one of them who couldn't stay healthy. So that's what happened. That's what really sabotaged our season, man. And I'll say it again. It got sabotaged when we tried to flip to going to being an offensive-minded team with a coach that's more defensively oriented. And that's what they should have stayed with. What works? The man already showed you. You give him limited stuff, and he can get you to a 4 seed.
Yeah, if they wanted to change the culture.
As much as I don't care for tips.
Well, I mean, listen, it is what it is. What you're saying is true. If they wanted to change the culture a little bit and get a little bit more offensive minded, they needed to do it in a way where you did it with two-way players or a two-way players that's dynamic.
Exactly.
It is. Well, listen, guys, I gotta run because this is still a work day for me, and I took a long enough break. I gotta get back to my stuff working from home. But hey, man,
man,
yeah, you know what I mean.
It was you work for yourself, then you at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here too, so I can get some sleep, man. I've been up since yesterday, about 6 o'clock yesterday, 5 o'clock yesterday evening. So,
Freeze, I'm calling it, man. I think Jaden Ivey gonna be the pick, man. This is gonna be the first time the Knicks moved up. We getting Jaden Ivey,
so.
man. I think
Yeah,
it's Jaden Ivey.
you know what? What worries me about that, Ron? You might be right, and that would shock the world. But then you might find out who they traded to get that 4th pick. And you'd be like, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
Hey, Ron, I told you I ain't being attached to no players, man. The last time that happened to me, you noticed that front hit my face? Patrick Ewing.
yeah.
That's why I said I'm going to stop attaching myself to players because I almost stopped watching basketball when we got rid of Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, and Ron, this is the reason why I think the reason why I think it's going to be Jaden Ivey is because I think the front office needs to buy themselves some time because everything they've done so far has backfired. So they got to make a splash to keep Dolan off their back, especially if his other team in MSG is doing good. I hadn't been tracking them like that, but if that other team in the Garden is doing good,
the Rangers looking pretty good,
and this team is doing bad,
the Rangers looking pretty good, man.
Oh hell! Well,
hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Rangers doing pretty good. They look like they could be the ones that's gonna win it all, man. I ain't even fronting.
We just put up 6 points against the #1 goalie. Made him look like trash.
Well, the Knicks gonna have to make a super splash then, because if they look trash and the Rangers look good, people are gonna be like, they're gonna ask this dumb question. Well, how can Dolan be successful at this and not be successful at that?
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do as far as getting that Sacramento pick, because I don't know if the last 5 games was enough for them to talk about Obi. You know, they already shot us down for Obi one time, and they already said they don't want Julius. So I don't know how we're gonna get to that 4th slot.
Yeah,
they'll be creative. Somebody if they want him bad enough, we'll find out. We just gonna stay tuned.
Got like 6 point guards coming out that draft next year.
Yeah, man.
Ready to go.
Yeah, Scoot Henderson gotta be the guy.
We'll see.
Hey, Ron, y'all coming on tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll be on tomorrow.
You having a show tomorrow?
Yeah, man. Know the ledge.
Oh, I was thinking about Freezy. I know you coming on. You know, you don't know when Freezy coming on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I be trying, bro. I'm a slacker, but I'm trying.
We'll see what happens. I got Know the Ledge tomorrow, and then I'm gonna do I don't know when we're dropping it though. We're gonna do international draft players that we're looking at. We're gonna maybe drop that on Sunday, or we'll see.
I was asked to do a Kai Soto video, so I might do that.
Hey man, might as well. Everybody else is doing them.
That kid's nice too. I like him. I like him too.
May as well, right? All right, fellas. I'm gonna get out of here and get some sleep, man.
All right, now be easy. 100, y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. All right, later, y'all.